Akkor megyünk arra a helyre. Chapter 2. The Killing.
To Marty's delight, we were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Well, here we are. The kingdom of long legs, silky skin, and fluttering lashes. We've arrived.
Calm down, Marty. Watch your blood pressure.
Terelő utasikban. Az a súlyom, az igen. Azt a ocskos.
That woman, she's familiar.
Ő akar téged megenni, vagy mi a faszani?
Do you think it's her? The broad from the Bloody New Year's?
God damn it, Marty, do you have to say it out loud? It gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps, more like.
Anyway, I don't know if it's really her. I always get confused by the exotic ones, but yeah, maybe.
Honestly, it gives me the creeps.
Yeah, me too. Holy fur! You swallowed so hard, the whole place shook.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like this before. Is this even legal?
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Vice?
You really must be joking. Vice in Clawville?
Elkösen rendészet itt Clawville-ben?
Okay, I was pulling your leg. But still, it's a little hot in here.
Now cool down, Marty. Don't even look over there. Remember Laura, your wonderful girlfriend, whom you love more than anything.
You don't need to tell me. All I'm thinking about is her.
With a hatchet in her hand.
More like my nuggets.
That's...
Laura.
That's it, Marty. Just slowly turn away from the pictures.
Laura.
That's it,
Jó, jó.
I don't even know. Good gods!
Hey, keep it down, Marty.
I see it now. Of all that's furry.
Yes, it's very furry. Or more like, shaggy.
Olyabban kapunk egy YouTube-tól, bazzánk.
These brides are elegant. Just like Laszlo said.
Lewis.
What do you think could be the old rabbit's type? Fluffy tails? Furry ears? A raspy tongue?
Oh, for the love of all the gods, stop it.
Just think about it.
Please, shut up, Marty.
She's what I call an exotic beauty.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, every animal's the most beautiful thing in the world to someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I go weak in the knees for Stripes.
Please, Marty, I don't want to know. And I don't care. Keep it to yourself. And let's get out of here quickly.
Can't I even talk to you anymore?
You can. Ask about the weather, or how's my lower back. Those two are even connected if you want to know.
Yeah, old fart.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Would you be so kind as to help me?
With pleasure, ma'am.
The zipper always comes down on my dress. Would you kindly zip it back up?
Can I, Sonny?
What am I, your mother?
Mi vagyok
What
én
you
az
want, for God's
anyád?
sake?
Happy to help, ma'am.
Oh, what a gallant young man.
Micsoda
Clucking lords.
gordolós nyaj. Azt mondjuk.
My name is Day Night Diamond. Welcome to the sweltering Nile, gentlemen.
Miss Diamond, I'm Sonny, and this is my partner, Marty.
If I may, miss, you have a beautiful name and exceptionally wonderful stripes.
Marty, not now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Please excuse him. He doesn't visit places like this very often. Me neither, to be honest.
Oh, nothing to worry about, gentlemen. There's a first time for everyone.
Bazd meg. Ez magyarul az kicsit szarul jön ki.
You're absolutely right.
We're just interested in a certain lady called Deborah.
Deborah. We don't have any employees by that name right now, but if you want, any of our girls would love to be Deborah for a night.
No. Excuse me, you misunderstand. She doesn't work here.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
It's kind of confusing, but let me try to explain.
Please, I'm at your service. I'll gladly answer any of your questions.
Hear that, Sonny? Any questions?
Shut up, Marty.
I think she must be the receptionist.
Bravo, Mr. Detective.
Why'd you have to be like that all the time?
Well, sometimes I seriously can't decide if you've become totally stupid over the years, or it just entertains you to act that way.
Well, you know, that's a good question.
That's exactly what I mean.
Az rendőrséggel ilyen helyen getsz, gondolod?
I wouldn't want to offend you, far from it, but it's evident you're from the police, even without this.
Is it that obvious?
No, it isn't, but, you know, here in the Nile, we have a keen eye for this kind of thing.
Right. I understand, ma'am. Do you know a gentleman named Louis C. Hayworth?
Of course I do. Mr. Hayworth is a regular guest at our establishment.
I see. How regular, if I may ask?
I can't give you any information about that. House policy.
We have that too. It's called the law, ma'am.
If you have any questions of that nature, please come back with a warrant.
Touche.
Does this list mean anything to you?
This? I'm not sure. No, nothing.
Don't you see some familiar names on there?
I do, but everybody knows those animals. Personally, I have no contact with any of them.
I see. Oh, thank you. Look, she gave this to us. The girl named Deborah, the one we asked you about.
I see.
Do you know what this is?
Of course. It's a membership card.
Was this person a regular here?
If this belonged to her, then yes. I can check for you. Please, the ladies will entertain you while you wait.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Yeesh. That guy's stare gives me the creeps.
I can see why.
I've always told myself that birds are weird.
What did you just say?
De ő is ma.
Huh? What? Me? Nothing?
I apologize for the wait. Please, come with me, gentlemen.
So you were successful.
My mistress, Madame Zavas, would like to meet you.
You mean that, Madame Savas?
As far as I know, there's only one of her, so yes,
Please, miss, take us to her.
with pleasure.
Madame Zavas was a legend in Clawville. Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spy master, assassin, businesswoman, and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence. So she is the legendary Madame Zavas.
A gyűlnek a cuccok.
Interesting pieces.
Do you think so? It's the art of my people.
Crocodiles?
There are many kinds of crocodile in the wilderness, Mr. Featherland. This is the art of the Nilenites.
Ah, hence the name, the Sweltering Nile.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland. My ancestors lived by this river a long time ago.
Ah, interesting.
Thank you.
Nem akarom semmit írni. Azt a...
Is that the time already?
Have you noticed your clock's not working?
How observant you are. That clock isn't meant to show the time. It's a decoration. A memento.
It's beautiful.
Indeed.
There are books here on quite a variety of topics.
A bőzés bűnhődlés.
There are books here on quite a variety of topics.
A hüllő 49 éve. Egy kulcs az állati elméhez.
What a painting! Congratulations, ma'am.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful indeed. It's more than 40 years old. You know, I was considered pretty then.
Oh, don't say that. You still look great, ma'am.
Thank you. It feels good, but no. There's no need for lies. Those days are long gone. Every age has its truth and its beauty. For me, beauty is not in the looks anymore.
I agree, ma'am.
Let me introduce myself properly, ma'am.
Mr. Zadino, I know who you are. And I also know your partner. The legend of the Chicken Police is always one step ahead of the Chicken Police.
Van egy tippem, figyeljétek meg. Ő is olvasta a könyvet. Ezt fogadni merek rá.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask what you are looking for exactly? Here, on this night?
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague.
Belongs to an old friend of ours whom we haven't seen for a long time here.
Szóval régi barát volt. Érdekes. Hát így dolgozott? Mrs. Debra? Aki szerette a bourbont.
And the name?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Santino. That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is above everything.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything. But, as I said, discretion.
Look, ma'am, we don't want to impose. We're conducting a private investigation, which started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
That sounds serious.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case, I'm at your service. Ask your questions, and I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge. As long as you're not wading through muddy waters.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
I swim well, too.
Úristen. Furcsikát.
As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these. And our employees, of course.
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belonged to a guest or an employee?
No.
I thought so. Yes, thank you.
Louis, let's see.
Louis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
No doubt. Louis, does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer, ma'am.
The mystery is thrilling. The thrill is life itself.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
Most a különös nevekkel. De hát, hogyha ezt megmutatom neki, azonnal elkörbünket a buszpicsel, az most meg.
Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the sweltering Nile?
It does, yes. But I can't tell you more about it. No.
Voltam.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely.
Do you know Natasha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about her.
Warm-hearted, protective, quick-tempered, fierce. Yes, fierce.
Thank you. Very useful.
Ki lehet találgatni most rá?
This place isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Szentély. Azt már ilyen hentai-os sztori is van már.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity, love, freedom.
Interbreeding?
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
Osztakú!
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
Na, most kezdődik a durva.
Deceit is everything to Zavas. She used to be a spy, so I'm gonna take her every word with a grain of salt.
Ja, ugye kim volt a csaj? Osztakú! Az igen. Megtévesztő. Mondjuk azért nem szarakodni, de mondjuk azért én A csaj beharagszik, azt megeszi mindkettőjüket, tehát hogy mindegy. Kit akar a legenda, ki a maga?
Who's behind the legend, Miss Zavas? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and still making the questioner believe he got the answer. But you're too cunning and experienced, aren't you? You're not an easy one to fool.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
Túlélő. Megtévesz túlélő. Nem túl veszélyes vadasság, gyiltám, király, Martina. Adja maga valóban a király.
Tell me, were you really the king's spy?
If that's such an open secret, then I haven't been doing my job very well, isn't that right? Yes, I was a spy. But that's such a blunt way of putting it. I always say I used to undertake confidential, generally political assignments of a delicate nature for the king that were in the interests of national security.
Tehát kém volt. Köszönjük.
Put that way, it sounds rather romantic.
Don't believe the cheap fiction, Mr. Featherland. Espionage is anything but romantic.
I believe you, madam.
If you must know, I only did it because I believed I could protect those that I serve. Weapons have only one use in this world. To keep the peace. Yes. I always thought about myself and my craft that way.
Thank you for your honesty, ma'am.
Jó, az jó kérdés volt. Megtévesztett túlélők védelmezett. Mi az? Feltén Lion. Valóban csak egy puccus. Miért döntött úgy, hogy bordélyházat nyit? Miért olyan kényes a kártya tulajdonosának kirétel?
Why did you decide to open a brothel?
You know, this place used to be an orphanage. Then after the Great Avian Plague, a hatchery. Then young mothers lived here who had nowhere else to go. That's when I took over.
Young mothers and prostitutes. That feels like a sharp turn.
No, it didn't happen like that, of course. The process took 20 years, but one thing remains the same. I wanted to help girls who had nothing and no one. To help them.
And this was the best you could do, helping them sell their bodies.
You see things very superficially, Mr. Featherland. We're a family who helped each other even at the worst of times, took care of each other, and what's most important, survived. Yes.
And it's the cherry on top of the most treasured secrets of the rich and famous.
Very insightful, Mr. Featherland. There's truth to that. Knowledge is power, as they say. And we know a lot about powerful animals that could be used as weapons. Or the opposite. That could avert a war.
Az jó kérdés, ott mondja, kitalálom. Ki volt a kártya? Elárulja. Ki? Mondja, ha kitalálom, ki volt a kártya, elárulja nekem?
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then, I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question. Natasha Katsenko.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
Akkor azért volt azért volt kurva, azért azzal fenyegetik, mert az. De hogy mi a faszért ölték meg a barátját, azt még mindig nem tudjuk.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
De végül sem dolgozik már rendőr.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Hát most igazából pont nem neki dolgozik, de amúgy igen.
Touché.
Indeed. Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Savas is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her.
Megtévesztett túlélő védelmező veszélyes. Ki gondolta volna aznak, hogy a krokodil veszélyes? Én nem. Eskü. Miért fogadta be őt? Talán önmagát nem tudta, megpróbálta a saját képeket formálni, igaz? A városban mindenki úgy tartja, hogy maga veszélyes, miért lehet ez? Meg akarta védeni őt, de mégis mitől?
Why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha.
She was only 17 when she knocked on the rear entrance of the brothel on an unusually cold, rainy night. I opened the door myself.
Was Natasha alone?
Yes, completely alone. Her left arm was slashed with an ugly wound, and she was frozen to the bone, barefoot, only a thin nightgown on her.
Did she tell you what happened to her?
After I brought her into the house, warmed her up, and changed her into new clothes, that was the first thing I asked. But no, she didn't tell me. We became very good friends, but I still don't know what happened to her and where she came from, or how she knew about this place and the rear entrance.
And you weren't bothered by all those secrets?
That would have been very hypocritical of me, don't you think? No, it didn't bother me. I make a living out of secrets, Mr. Featherland.
I see.
Ó, plusz 20, az jó kérdés volt. Tudja Natasha honnan érkezett? Az előbb válaszolt. Miért próbáljuk egyet?
Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Stovos, and she belonged to the upper class of Stavonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting thing. Yes, I have. Multiple times putting my most treasured connections to good use. But nobody found anything. Natasha's trail could only be traced back to the Stovonian border. What happened in that country, no one knows.
De az viszont érdekes, amúgy.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zavos is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her protégés. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me.
Jól haladunk. Nem akarom elkiabálni, de jól haladunk. Egy pillantásra sem fordult meg a fejemben, hogy ezzel is Natasha kapcsolatát kihoz. Pillanatos sem fordult meg a fejében. Ezzel is Natasha kapcsolatát kihoz. Miért engedte el Natashát Hezbollah-rel? Még mindig tartják kapcsolatot.
Have you kept in touch?
Only occasionally, Mr. Featherland. She writes to me every few weeks, and very rarely we talk on the phone. But I haven't heard from her in weeks. The truth is, I've started to worry about her.
Did she give no sign of being in trouble?
Never. No. Natasha's not the kind to talk about her feelings.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself.
Idős volt rá, miért elment, félt, hogy esetleg kifegység bizonyos titkokat. Mikor látta utoljára Natasha Natasha? Úgy értem, személyesen.
When was the last time you saw her, Madame Zavos?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natasha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes, in her own unique way.
What do you mean?
You know Natasha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stovonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
Well, if anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to stand on it with 2 feet.
Oh.
I see. Thank you, madam.
Elkérdés van, miért érezte, mit érzett, amikor megtudta, hogy Natasha itt fogja hagyni magát?
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do. Because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
Szép munka, partner! Ott van! Ott van! Ott van a 100%-os fókuszpontosság.
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
Not in the slightest. Even her smile is fake. This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Just what I was thinking.
Yes, this is the Zavas from the legends. Beautiful and deadly.
Nyomok, 2 nyom. A legendás kém és kurtizán oda vezetni a bordét. Elővigyázatosnak kell lennünk. A nőnek igencsak rossz híre van szerte a vidéken. Natasha a bordéban dolgozott, mielőtt Illuminazor megismerte és kimentette volna onnan. Személyek. Az Észak-Isztó császárságból érkezett, ahonnan a családjának valamiért menekülnie kellett, később Natasha egyedül elárulva érte Antóbiát. Marti mennyasszony a Laura egy gyönyörű, meleg színű ragadozó. Nem tudom, mit eszik Marti, mit eszik Martiban, de nagy mázja van a tolpárnának, hogy egy ilyen nő van mellette. Gyönyörű, kimért és profi, és valószínűleg prostituált. Csina zebra recepciós, a néle pultja mögött. Mosé hamis, ő maga is hamis, de a veszély nagyon is valódi. Kém és kurtizán. Ki már akkor legendás volt, amikor én egy kis csipa voltam. Másik szóltak a szépségéről és gyilkos idegvériségről. Igen, Mordi házat vezet. Csak ismerték egymást, de komoly közeli kapcsolatban voltak egymással. De nem csak ismert. Mégis sem volt képes lenyomozni, igen. Nagyon mélyen érintette, amikor Natasha, akit lányaként szeretett, elhagyta. Blood New Year. Bazd. Ja, akkor ez nagyon-nagyon durva ügy volt, igen. Lawrence Scooter egy ősi, már kihalt civilizációtól ered, ami annak idején jelentős és nagy birodalommal volt a vadvidék délnyugati forró égő vidékén egy híres, ma is élő képviselője a népnek, Madame Spaghetti. The Great Bird Flu. Nagy madárvész, egy járvány, vagy igen. Nagyszerű. Hatching House. Nagy madárvész költön Google-ben.
Beautiful pieces for sure. They must be worth a fortune. These books are here for a reason. They mean something. These books are here for a reason. They mean something. These books are here for a reason. They mean something.
Érdekes. Közben Marci YouTube videókat kérdezget nekem, úgyhogy... Itt mindent megnéztünk sajnálatos.
We stepped into it, didn't we? Yes, this is the Zawas from the...
Az órát szerintem nem kell lehet állítani.
Nothing interesting here.
De itt most mi a f***? Nem értem. These books are here. These books are... These books are here. These books are here. These books are here. Én erre nem tudok rájönni, jó.
Come to Daddy, darling. Ma. It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us.
Nem is tudom kimenni, tehát nem értem, hogy most fasz van.
Nothing interesting here.
Na, mindegy, erre majd rájövünk majd később. Ha innen fogjuk folytatni, akkor köszönöm szépen, hogy nézzétek tovább, remélem így, mert a hang már valóban jó lesz. További kellemes napot nektek, szevasztok!